everybody, and welcome back to the pre-production meeting. I am your co-host, Josh Urquhart.
And he is joined by the other co-host, Austin Scott.
And welcome back to episode 20, the first of the New Year's. It is good to be back, ladies and gentlemen. It's been a long time in the making.
Definitely
Austin,
has.
how are you feeling, my friend?
It's so surreal that we're back,
Yeah.
especially after the way the year ended.
Holy shit, and nobody knows anything.
No, yeah, you got a little glimpse of the on-set taste, but we'll dive into it a bit here if we have time. And it's just, well, I was kind of like, today at home, I was like, we're actually going to get back into this whole
when I thought about coming today, I'm like, I remember the feeling that I would get every time we would hit record last year. And it's just so good. And like right now, where we were talking beforehand, I'm at the peak of motivation, inspiration.
Good.
We've both done so much since the last podcast.
100%.
How are you feeling now at the start of the year in terms of where you are at, like from where you predicted last year?
That's a good question, actually. But the thing is, like, things are happening, and like, I'm so out of my depth with the process that I'm about to embark on with the film, but I don't feel like it, if that makes sense. Like, I'm kind of holding my own when it comes to this whole process, and I'll get into it, but like, I'm asking the right questions. I'm doing the right thing. I'm sort of wrapping my head around it in a way that and I'm learning a lot, which is really good. And I'm excited to see what the future holds, really. Like, I'm feeling, like you said, motivated, driven. Like, this year is going to be a good one. Like,
this is going to be probably the biggest of my whole life.
Good.
Do you feel the same?
Yes. Yeah, 100%. And I've said this to a bunch of people. I said it in the group chat. You've seen it. I've said it to a bunch of my mates. Said it to my girlfriend. And I don't know it, and you know what I'm about to say, but like, it enters that whole new year, new me cliche.
Yeah, man.
But
of course,
I feel like 2022 into 2023.
Yeah.
There's something in the air. I feel everybody I know wants to get after it this year. They want to. I think it might be because the last couple of years have been shit. Like, they suck.
Oh my God, yes.
And I think everybody's just like, all right, I'm done.
Yeah.
I need to do something for me. I need to be the person that I want to be. And I'm so happy to see everybody wanting to get after it, really.
Especially in film.
Oh,
it's fantastic.
100%.
Like, we'll get into it, but we're both signed on for about a possible 4 films this year, which is insane.
Holy, I just got goosebumps.
So did I. We are going to be super busy this year, but just even seeing everybody back on set, I'm sure we'll get into it, just seeing how inspired and motivated everybody is, because, sometimes somebody needs that push.
Yes.
And, that's what we found out a lot is like all of our filmmates from uni, being back on set, saying how much they love it. And it's like all they needed was that invitation. Come back on set, and they're like, fuck, it is so good.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. I think, well, for me personally as well, and like touching on your point now, staying set for me solidified why I want to do this and make films, because that was a vibe. That whole day was a vibe, and everything was like, couldn't have gone better.
Yeah.
Really. And as you know, you got a taste of it, but like,
dude, I can't. From what I've seen from your film so far, I couldn't be more proud and impressed that it has expressed your vision.
Yes, 100%.
And I think exactly what you planned on beforehand is coming out in the product that we're seeing already.
Definitely. So seeing something that like I've directed, assembled, and with arguably the moneymaker coming, the fantasy part coming, I just can't wait to see it all put together, and that's something that I've directed and a lot of people have backed me for, which is a feeling I've never experienced in my life.
Yeah.
It's so surreal, and it's solidified for me why I want to do this, why I want to be a filmmaker and make stuff. And I could tell, and I don't know if like I just wasn't told about it on the day or people were saying this to calm me down, but like a lot of people said like, and I heard this through my girlfriend, that like a lot of people just, they were so calm, they were so relaxed because
that was
of how
the most
I
relaxed. We'll get into it.
And I feel like everybody just wanted it to be the best it could possibly be, and like I'm so grateful for it, and I love everyone for it. Even on my rap speech, it wasn't the best because I was starting to choke up. I was like, I don't want to cry in front of all these people. But no, it was really good. We'll get into it. But
we'll get into it. fuck. It's
God, it was a good end to the year.
There has been so much that has gone on since then as well. We have so much to talk about. So how this is going to go today, we're going to dive into some of the movies that we've seen from, gosh, when was the last episode? In like November. Yeah. So some of the movies, by the way, that break in December was much needed because I just not touching film at all, coming back, I've never been more motivated and inspired. I think we nailed that. Definitely. And, you know, we released a little onset special. Hopefully you enjoyed that, but we're back to business now. Definitely. And fuck, we are going to be so busy this year. But yeah, so what we're going to do, we're going to talk about the films that we've seen over December, some of the best ones. We actually went to a premiere 2 days ago, which we'll touch on as well.
Glitz and glam.
Yeah, man. And then we will also go we'll do the dependent variable actually second, and we'll talk about your set and how that all went. And then we'll finish off with the progress, what we've been doing, what we've been up to.
100%.
You know, I just realized people still don't know the name of my film.
They don't. But we still won't reveal it.
No, we'll reveal it 2 months.
2 months.
In March.
Done.
But brother, let's get straight into it. The films, baby. This is the wrap up. It feels good to be back. Look, I've seen so many films in December and stuff like that. But there are some that stand out, and I'm going to get into it. Do you want to go first or me?
You go first.
Alrighty. I'm just going to read out some of the movies that I've seen since December. There's been quite a few. And then I'll go into in depth about one of them that I've seen. And then you go into yours, and then we'll both talk about the little premiere the other day.
Yeah, 100%.
So, since we've last spoken, I have seen Glass Onion, Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special, Violent Night, Stutz, Mission Impossible. I binged through all the Mission Impossibles.
Yep.
Paris Can't Wait, one of the worst movies I've ever seen. The Menu, Mission Impossible 2, Mission Impossible 3, Ghost Protocol, Rogue Nation, Fallout. I've seen Avatar: The Way of Water, The Fabelmans, Puss in Boots: The Last Wish, and Operation Fortune.
I really want to watch Puss in Boots.
Yeah, man.
Filthy though.
It just turned up actually on Letterboxd in the top 150 best reviewed films on Letterboxd.
It's going to be a smoky film.
It's all right. It's going to be nominated for the Oscar. It won't win, but it'll be nominated because Pinocchio will win animation. But in terms of the film that I want to talk about, The Fabelmans. Now, you haven't seen it yet.
I have not seen The Fabelmans.
Man, that, especially in the time that I saw it. So I saw it in Australia, it released a bit later on, but I saw it early Jan, and it was just, you know, coming off the December and, you know, that we took off, and going into Jan, man, I was so freaking motivated and inspired, and I didn't think I could get even more motivated and inspired, but I went and saw The Fabelmans, and man, it was incredible. It popped in, I think... Let me double check for you. It definitely popped into my top 20 of all time, which I was kind of expecting. It popped into number 12 of all time, yeah.
So where does that put Bullet Train?
Well, Bullet Train has actually been... Oh, man, no. Bullet Train's been moved down. Where's Bullet Train gone?
Because the last time you brought up this list, you said Bullet Train was your number 10.
Yeah, I actually can't see it on here. Oh, no, number 19 it's moved down to. I did a whole move, around. But yeah, it's now in number 19. Number 19. But actually, I'll cross over 2 movies. So The Fabelmans moved me because, as everybody knows, it's about Spielberg, you know, growing up, becoming a filmmaker and stuff like that. And it wasn't quite what I expected, you know. It was less kind of about... I won't spoil it for you. Less kind of about him becoming the filmmaker and more about his family and family drama.
Yep.
But still little pieces that inspired me. You know, I'm going to read my little review right here real quick. Okay, so I left the cinema feeling even more inspired and motivated than I ever have been. I left with an unexplainable feeling deep in my chest, with my mouth wide open for the whole car trip home. I was moved. Spielberg shines like he never has before. His technique so simple yet effective. His staging and blocking so masterful, so particular with which communicates what words can't. You feel every camera movement, you feel every piece of dialogue, and most of all, you feel every bit of passion that Spielberg had as a child, forever present here and now. This film possibly has the best last frame ever in cinematic history.
Damn.
This movie was awe-inspiring and truly will make even the biggest non-believer believe. And one quote that stuck with me is, do what your heart says you have to because you don't owe anyone your life.
100.
And dude... Yeah, I'll get chills fucking talking about that, man. And, you know, that kind of crosses over into another film that I saw that moved me a lot in a different way. Knives Out, Glass Onion. And from those 2 movies, they inspired me specifically in the craftsmanship.
Yep.
I did so much study over December and early January about blocking and, staging and camera movements and, the blocking of actors and how if you put them in certain shapes, they can communicate something that words can't. And two amazing directors, Spielberg and Rian Johnson, both delve deep into blocking. So simple, but so effective.
I bet, yeah.
And that's something I took out of both of them. The way Spielberg communicates with his camera movements and the way Rian Johnson communicates through the blocking of his actors. Incredible. And when I go into what I've been doing, definitely have taken bits from both movies and put them into mine. Like definitely Glass Onion, I've been absolutely obsessed with just the way that it was made and crafted. I even went back and watched the first Knives Out, rewatched it, and I loved it. I didn't really like it the first time, but now I have a bigger appreciation for it and Rian Johnson as a director. He's always been one of my favorites. Even The Last Jedi is my favorite Star Wars movie ever. So, a bit of hot take there, but man, those two movies definitely moved me. And if, you're a big film buff or, you love cinema, definitely go see The Fabelmans. And, if you want to see technique, see both of those films. And, you know what? I'll just leave it at that. 2 5 out of 5 films that absolutely blew me away.
Damn.
And both have been winning awards during this award season. So
good.
I'll leave you with that, my friend.
Oh, very nice little goosebumps. good stuff. The thing is, I've watched films and stuff like that.
You've seen a film before?
Yeah, I dabble. But I'm just getting up like the recent ones I've watched. All right, I'll go back to 7th of December.
Okay.
7th of December, I watched Violent Night. Then on the 21st, I watched Stutz. Then on the 23rd...
Can I... Wait, before you go, Violent Night, best Christmas movie ever.
Oh, yeah, 100%. Yeah. 23rd of December, I watched The Secret Life of Walter Mitty.
Ooh, okay.
Now, I didn't have that much expectations going into this, but that movie was beautiful.
Is that... It's not Ben Stiller,
it's
is
Ben
it?
Stiller. Directed by Ben Stiller as well. Starring Ben Stiller. Yeah.
Okay, all right.
And it is like... Last year, I said... that Everything Everywhere All at Once is the epitome of creativity.
Oh, man.
And it is.
I agree with that statement.
Secret Life of Walter Mitty, up there with Everything Everywhere All at Once.
No way.
Based on the creativity and the storytelling and so Ben Stiller and Severance, right?
I was just about to make...
The cinematic language he goes with that.
Yep.
Secret Life of Walter Mitty.
Yep.
Oh, he's a genius. I
understand.
Man. He's a genius.
Yep.
And then after Secret Life of Walter Mitty, literally the day after on the 24th, I watched Glass Onion. Oh. I gave that film 4 stars. Loved it. It was great. It was beautiful to look at. Lots of stars. Great storytelling.
Didn't have Ana de Armas though.
That's what was missing, was Ana de Armas. And the thing was, there was like cliche central, but with Rian Johnson's twist on it.
Okay. Yeah.
And he did the cliches Rian Johnson's way, and you can tell like he was in full control of that, apart from the title. But yeah, Glass Onion was a great... Do you want to
explain that?
Well, Glass Onion, a Knives Out mystery. It's not Knives Out. It's not Knives Out 2. It's a sequel, yeah. The only link is obviously Daniel Craig.
Yeah.
But like...
They stand alone.
They stand alone. They're not the same film, obviously. And yeah, it's not the second film. They're 2 different films. Yeah. And arguably, Daniel Craig is a different character in this one. He's a lot more goofy. Yeah. Which I liked. I like a goofy character in films and stuff like that.
Did you hear... Have I told you about how to distinguish in murder mysteries who's the murderer and who's not?
No.
So there's a thing when it comes to making movies, right? Apple.
Oh, I know this. Yes, actually.
Right? Apple, the company, right? They don't allow villains to hold Apple products. Yes. So if you're ever watching a movie and there's a bad guy in it, you don't know who the bad guy is, you look at everybody's phones. If they're holding an Apple product, they're a good guy. If they're not, they're a villain.
Yep. I heard that on a podcast the other day.
Yeah, Rian Johnson.
You know what? They actually were talking about that because of when Daniel Craig gets an iPad in Glass Onion. They're like...
Well, obviously.
He's a good guy and everything. So that's what they were talking about. So Glass Onion, great film. Josh gave it a massive rap. It was great. 4 stars. Great film. But then I watched the sequel to a film that I fucking loved. Last time I watched it. Couldn't tell you when last time I watched it. But this sequel's been a long time coming in the making. Got it. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense.
Let's
roll with it.
Accident Man, Hitman's Holiday. Have I told you about Accident Man?
No.
So Accident Man is about a hitman who makes all of his assassinations look like accidents.
That's so funny.
For example, his mark will be sitting at a bus stop. A car will come speeding around the corner. He'll shoot the tire. The car will crash into the target. And like that's what he's known for in this world of assassins. Right. He's the Accident Man. But it's also a great martial arts film.
How do you find these films, bro?
Scott Adkins, man.
Ah, okay.
Scott Adkins.
Yeah. I feel
so, yeah. This one was just a bunch of fun. The martial arts is next level. He steps up his game every single film he makes. Mm-hmm. And this is just a testament to who he is because what he's doing on screen is done for real. He is a freak of nature. So, yeah, Accident Man, Hitman's Holiday was based in Malta as well. So it was beautiful scenery and all that kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. Questionable CGI here and there. Yep. With a couple of explosions and like 3D rendered environments and stuff. But, it was a good time nonetheless.
Yep.
And then the most recent film that I watched was the premiere, but I'm going to do the most recent film before that between Accident Man and this film. Have you heard of Barbarian?
Yes.
Watch that.
It's on Disney Plus, isn't it?
It is on Disney Plus.
I think it was rated the best horror movie of 2022.
Yeah, so at the same time Terrifier 2 came out,
good film.
Yeah, people were raving about Barbarian as well.
Okay.
So I was like, I need to watch both of these films.
Barbarian's more accessible as well, right?
Yes.
Because you couldn't find Terrifier 2 anywhere.
Days, it was pissing me off. But no, I got around to that as well. Yeah. That was a good laugh. That was a hilariously dumb movie, but don't worry.
Yeah.
We'll talk about it other times. But Barbarian went a direction that I didn't think it was going to go.
Okay.
And I encourage you all, go to Disney Plus, watch Barbarian.
What's so good about it, though?
I'm talking about.
Just a twist.
It's a twist.
Is it scary, though? Like a proper... Yeah, bro, scary movies on Disney Plus, come on, they can't be that bad.
It's scary.
Okay.
But up to a point, and you'll all realize why. And then the thing was, I watched the documentary on the making of After, and the director even says that.
As you do.
So... no, that was great. They're the movies that I've watched, but I've been watching a lot of series lately. I'm watching an anime called Demon Slayer.
Yep.
That's good fun.
Highly rated.
I watched also Chris Hemsworth's Limitless thing.
Oh, how was that?
That was great because I've incorporated a lot of his things into my, well, say a lot of things, but like things that I know I'll be able to handle into my life. And the benefits are crazy. And kind of like his workout routine as well. And that's kind of been helping me out with the gym as well.
Too bad he won't remember that series in a couple of years.
That needs to be cut out. That's sad. Oh, snap.
Sorry, continue.
That's not even dark humor.
I love you, Chris.
Oh my God.
It's not even an Alzheimer's gene. It's a gene that could develop into Alzheimer's.
No, exactly right. And dark humor.
Sorry, mate. Continue.
Oh, that's a crack up. No, what was I going to say?
I kind of stumped you there, didn't I?
No, anyway. So that made me feel like I can incorporate a couple of things into my workout routines and stuff like that, which has helped me a lot with the gym. And then...
You're looking good.
Thank you very much.
Fit.
Appreciate it. And then one series that I'm watching as well, and it's kind of the one that I'm binging at the moment, it's called Alice in Borderland.
Yeah, you told me about that crazy... Explain the concept real quick.
So I'll try and do it the way I told you, so then I can sort of get people keen for it as well. Yeah. So there's 3 friends in Japan. They're like... gamers. Well, one's a gamer, one's a popular guy, and one's a nerd. Yep. And they're out in Japan Square one day. Yep. And busy city Tokyo is. Yep. Lots of people, lots of stuff. And, in this first episode, they go to the bathroom, come out, everybody's gone. They go to a bathroom in the train station, come out, this city is empty. And then they're like, what the fuck happened? And then, darkness falls. There's a couple of places with lights on. They go to that place, and it's a game. They have to play a game. And the thing I didn't tell you is that the difficulty of the game is sorted by cards. Like if you have a 7 of hearts, that's the difficulty, and it's like they present themselves. But then everybody quickly learns that these games are now a matter of life and death.
Right.
And they have to
figure out what
survive.
the hell's going on.
Figure out, like, no one tells them, like, the rules of the game get explained, and then they have to, like, why are they the rules? And then things happen. They go, oh, fuck, we have to, like, survive. Okay. So I've been watching that. Season 2 dropped 2 weeks ago, and I've been binging it. It's quite good. quite good.
And I think we'll talk about this in a later podcast, but The Last of Us dropped as well, and I think we'll get onto that in a later when we watch a couple more.
I think
episodes.
we're going to have to Zoom or get Lockie in here.
Yeah, for it. Mate.
I know Lockie's when he listens to this, he'll be like, "Yes, I'm there.
Yes.
I'm there.
Well, Lockie, we're not going to talk about it today, so sorry, mate.
It will get you in on that discussion for sure.
So 2 days ago, we experienced something that we've never experienced before in terms of movie and event.
Yes,
we went to the Australian premiere of Babylon, directed and written by Damien Chazelle.
What a experience, man!
That was one of the best. Honestly, I've been thinking about it. That was one of the best nights of my life.
Yeah,
like it's just, if anything, even more than it already was confirmed that this is the place I want to be in this industry.
Definitely,
just what a party!
Oh yeah, it was literally glitz and glam and fashion and
insane
stars
and TikTokers.
Jesus Christ! Look, I'm not going to say anything about them, but
I will.
The thing is like, it's so beautiful to look at, like that location. I can tell they scouted it, went, this is perfect, because that first scene,
beautiful.
When we were in the photo we got with Dan, shout out Dan, that felt like that first crane shot when it came out. So I was like, oh, we were just we were there.
Dude.
So I understand why they went there.
Yeah. So how it was set up, right? So we had to wait in a line or whatever. Margot Robbie walked the red carpet. And once they all walked the red carpet, we were ushered in. We walked the red carpet a little bit as well. We went into the building and we walked past. Everybody getting, all the influencers getting their photos taken, right? Goddamn. Where was our invite? No. So then we then walked through, and then you enter like the main kind of room, and there was these two ladies dressed up in what could only be explained as bird costume.
They were like,
I don't know. They were wearing feathers.
Let's just say they were like, oh no, exotic dancers sounds bad.
Well, they kind of were, because they were dancing in this like half champagne glass kind of thing. And then behind them was a jazz band.
Yeah.
Just playing the Babylon theme song.
Oh.
So they were playing that, and then once you finish that, you go in and you get free drinks. You can get popcorn if you so as well please, and then you go sit down, and there's a bit of a pre-show that you're watching, and then once everything's settled, the movie was supposed to start at 6:30, but TikTokers were doing their thing, and we ended up
till like quarter past seven,
and then Diego Calva, Margot Robbie, Samara Weaving, and
the movie actually didn't start till like 7:40.
Really? 7:40?
Yeah, because they all came out at like quarter past seven.
7, yeah.
But yeah, so like you said, the last
Who was
one
the last actress? Sorry,
Phoebe Tonkin.
Okay, cool.
Phoebe Tonkin was Phoebe Tonkin came out first, then Samara, then Diego, then obviously Margot.
Yeah.
But no, it was just great to be in the same room as them.
Insane, hey. She's beautiful.
Oh, gorgeous.
Beautiful. So is Diego Calva as well.
Gorgeous, man.
Great cast. And it was just that whole experience prior, and just seeing Dan in the line, just crazily, just
that was
randomly.
Funny. That was, Josh goes, I think that's Dan. And then I start going, dude.
And if these guys don't know who Dan is.
Oh, true. Dan was on the film as the assistant cameraman. So I didn't forget who you were or what you did. I was just trying to remember how I was going to describe it. But yeah, Dan was part of the camera crew on my film.
Yep. And he's also been our mate since uni as
100%,
well.
and great bloke.
And just so happened to be in the line.
Yeah, exactly.
For the Babylon premiere.
So I started calling out, dude. And he just wasn't responding. And he wasn't responding. We're like, that's not Dan.
Yeah.
So anyway, I was like, I've got his number. I'll give him a buzz. Anyway, start ringing him. And then when you call someone, you expect them to pick up in like 1 or 2 rings, maybe the third. And then it started ringing a bit. I was like, he's ignoring me.
He's ignoring you.
But that's the thing. He felt his phone vibrate in his pocket. He pulled it out. And I was like, answer the phone. Like, I'm watching you answer the phone. And then I was like, he's looking at his screen longer than someone. Anyway, he answered the phone. He's like, hey, big dog, what's up? And I just went, you're looking really good today.
And then he turns around.
And then he goes, wait, where are you? They just saw us on the line. We all embraced a hug. It was great.
Fantastic.
Seeing him there. Met his mate Bailey as well.
Yeah.
It was just good seeing someone in the line.
Good vibes. And we were even networking in the lines as well. There's this actor in front of us, and we got talking, got his details, and
Tracy Cooper and Daisy.
Yes.
You know him.
He
was on Daisy's play.
Crazy. He lives in Castle Hill as
He
well.
lives in Castle Hill as well. And we were just like, what the hell, Daisy? And he's like, I was on the play with her. And we're like, oh my God, this is crazy. But anyway, that was
small
good.
World, man.
Yeah, small world.
And I think he's auditioning for my film. Anyways, we'll get into that. But man, it was a crazy night, just a crazy part. You felt like you were in Hollywood. It even freaking smelt like Hollywood. I know that sounds weird, but like, you know what I mean? It smelt like showbiz.
Yeah, it did. Yeah? And what better way to, like, that whole, as a premiere should be, like that whole thing was planned to make you feel a certain way going in, and then once you're in, and then you're in the film, like that was,
it matched the energy for sure,
100%. And I just want to say this now: it's one of the most exhausting movies I've sat through.
Bro, it was chaotic as fuck.
That's the reason why it was.
Yeah, it was just like, like, okay, this is happening now. Like,
it was
what?
Like almost Mad Max Fury Road chaos levels.
Yeah,
because you're just non-stop.
This might actually go out before. No, it comes out tomorrow. So this will go out.
Oh yeah, it does come out tomorrow. Yeah, and I was just exhausted after. But the 3-hour 9-minute runtime as well.
Tell me your thoughts.
Played a factor.
Yeah,
but I'll actually read my review because I feel like my review is just. It is.
I'm actually holding out from writing my review because I think I'm going to see it again.
Well, this is the thing. I sat on it and then I was like, all right, this is what I'm going to do.
Read your review. And I'll tell mine and we'll move on.
Okay. 3 stars seems justified and the absolute max I can give due to the absolute gorgeous scenery and the amazing performances across the board, and one of the best scenes I have ever seen in a film. It also helps that this was my very first red carpet premiere I've ever been to, so that whole experience added to it for me. What shoots this film in the foot, though, is its duration. Holy mother of God, was this long. I usually refrain myself from checking the time while watching films because I just want it to be... because I just want it to do its thing. But when I checked my phone and saw that we had another 45 to 50 minutes left, I could not believe it. Babylon is batshit crazy and is one of the things I admire about the film. The music was fantastic and a score I probably will not be able to get out of my head for a week. Brackets, which is fine. If you have a spare 3 hours and 9 minutes to spare, please check this out. But definitely. I do warn you, you will be feeling exhausted after and drained.
Man, I agree with all of those points, man.
But let me just say, it was a ride. It definitely was.
It was a ride.
A roller coaster.
It felt like a roller coaster.
Oh my God. And the thing that added it to me, and this scene that I hope you all get to see, and the way that the cinema reacted to it. Because the thing is, I think maybe some people were checked out by this point. I say that because Josh was sitting next to me and he started asking me questions.
I just find shit hard to follow. So
I was like, all right, if Josh is feeling it, might be there's got to be someone else.
Man.
So then this scene happened and then I felt like Josh was back into it.
Yes.
So was the cinema. So was the cinema. And this scene was fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
And just batshit crazy.
Yeah.
And I want to show people the scene, but like it's obviously not out yet for us, so it wouldn't be up on YouTube or anything like that. Like it wouldn't be like a screen grab I can get. Like it wouldn't be that. But
I won't see it in the cinemas.
That was a great scene.
That was the best scene I've ever seen in my life. We won't say, but it's the scene with the sound recordist. All right, that's all we'll say. One of the best scenes. No, the best scene I've ever seen in the history of cinema. He storyboarded that beat by beat. Damien Chazelle.
Good. Well, you can tell it's planned to perfection.
Oh my God, man, incredible.
Fuck! I even think about it, and I want to describe it to people, but me describe it, I won't do it justice. You need to see it
on the big screen, Babylon,
biggest screen possible.
I will explain to you. So I haven't rated it yet or wrote a review because I'm waiting.
Did you listen to that podcast after you dropped me home the other night?
Yes,
you did.
I did.
Cool.
So there was a lot of reasons why I'm holding from reviewing it and rating it is because the whole night was overwhelming.
Oh, big time.
Right? So I feel like I want to watch it, and these are some of the reasons why I think I want to rewatch it. Number one, I now know that I prefer seeing a movie in an empty cinema by myself. 100%. And I tell you why, because there was this absolute idiot right next to me, not next to me, but over the stalls, and he's laughing at everything.
Clapping,
and it wasn't
laughing.
even funny. Like someone trips over and he's like, bah! I'm like, bro, come on. And it actually took me out of the movie. Yeah. Another reason, there were these two ladies in front of us with their brightness on their phone all the way up, checking their Insta DMs in the middle of the movie. I'm like, what is that? Have some respect. Yeah, okay, cool. You might be bored. You're at a premiere. The stars of the film are here. Have some fucking respect.
Exactly. And the thing was that those ladies also got up and left. They were gone for a good hour as well.
Yeah, man.
And then they came back and they were stumbling.
Yeah, they probably had their own version of that party room with all the drugs in there. So that's what probably was going on with them. So this is why I like to see it in the middle of the day, nobody there, whatever. So those two reasons. Another reason, I like to do research after films and see how they're made to get a better appreciation for it. And I feel like I've done that now. I've kind of understand how it's been made. Well, not kind of. I do understand how it's been made. Some behind the scenes stories and just the way Damien Chazelle's been working on it for 15 years. I have a newfound respect for it. Don't know if it would change my viewing on it, but I'm going to figure that out, right?
Nice.
But my first thoughts of it's very long.
Oh, yeah.
Very long. And Damien Chazelle is one of my favorite directors. I wouldn't say I'm disappointed. I would say, people have hit and miss films, right? Some directors hit, and then sometimes they miss. And at this point, I would say smack bang in the middle, not a hit nor a miss, more of a just stable.
Yep.
And don't get me wrong, there are some standout aspects of this movie, including 100%. The soundtrack, which will win the Oscar.
Definitely.
Hopefully.
If there's anything more prominent in a film, it's that soundtrack.
The soundtrack. Incredible. And had us bopping afterwards
banger.
On the way home. It just won't get out of your head.
Could listen to that on a loop because Incredible. I do in my head all day, every day.
Yeah, bro. It's just so catchy and I love it.
That's the way it started all the time. There was just this in a scene.
Yeah. And it's just, it gets you bopping. Yeah. Yeah, bro.
Oh, banger.
Insane. The cinematography, incredible.
Outstanding.
And the performances, although I felt like I was watching a watered down version of Harley Quinn, Margot Robbie still did really well. Just very similar to the Harley Quinn kind of persona.
I said it to you on the way home, I'll say it again.
Yeah.
When she was on stage before and she said, "This is the most fun and enjoyable character I've ever had the pleasure of playing." And then what we got, I was just thinking what Josh just said.
Yeah.
Watered down version of Harley Quinn.
Exactly.
That you've channeled Harley.
Yeah.
But in the 1920s.
And she's her friends were saying that the person who she played, Nellie, right?
Yep. Nellie Leroy.
Was her to a T. I'm like, well, that's a bit worrying.
Do you know what the thing is, right? You look at Margot Robbie and you think she is such a, innocent, beautiful looking woman and stuff like that. But then she plays Harley Quinn and she nails it. And then she comes out with a role like Wolf of Wall Street.
Yeah.
And then she comes out with this and you just think...
The range, man.
Fucking wow. The range on this woman is insane. Incredible.
What about that scene where she can cry on cue? That's real, by the way. She can control what tears come out. Because she was at work yesterday on the project and she was down the hall. I heard her.
Hey.
That's my claim to fame. I heard her. Her voice is the best voice. It was like I was hearing sirens singing from the water. It just drew me, I just got mesmerized and
just
levitated out of the office.
Stopped clipping up stuff at work and just walked off.
All my bosses, all my workmates were teasing me the whole day. It's like, oh, look, there's Margot. And every time my heart dropped, fuck. Because I got an email whilst at the premiere that I could have gone and met her, but I was working. Damn. So I
well.
Anyways, it is what it is. Another thing, and I'll leave you with this. So, okay, sorry. The cinematography was great. The acting was great. Especially Diego Calva. He's a fucking star. Man. He's a star. And
a star was born.
Yeah, star literally. And no, not literally, but you know what I mean. Metaphorically.
Just quickly off topic. I was playing Oztag not too long ago, and this guy said in my team, it was in the middle of play. He goes, as we were defending, he goes, "I'm inside you." Figuratively, not literally. I let the try in because I was like, I can't. Obviously, it's not literally, but as you
was
just
that
said.
The opposition?
No, it was my teammate saying that, and I was like, "Fuck's sake!" But anyway, just to touch on your literally point. But back to Babylon.
Yeah. It was great. I just felt like also, you can be chaotic, but for a reason, and they just went overboard, man.
Can we just bring up one point?
Yeah,
the screen cut out.
I was getting to that. Was that
intentional?
I'm going to get to it.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. Gotcha.
Chaotic. You can be chaotic, and for the first hour it works because they use the chaotic to kind of, for exposition reasons and to explain and set the scene, the environment and stuff like that. And it worked. But then there's a line that you cross and you're just being chaotic for the reason of being chaotic. And I feel like it was just too much, man. Also, didn't really like the ending was a bit, I don't know. Yeah. I don't know. It just, anyways, another big reason why it took me out of it, why I want to rewatch it, is because our cinema screen cut off about an hour, like with an hour left. And so we started seeing the screen like an olden day 3D movie with the red and blue.
It hurt me.
It hurt. The red, blue, and green like little outlines, and it was just glitching. It looked like it was glitching, man. And I thought it was because they filmed this whole thing on film, right? And you could tell with little, the little sparks that come up with film. I thought it was part of that. And it was at a point in the movie where it felt fitting to maybe do that, and maybe it was artistic effect. And then the whole screen went black. And we're like, okay, there's a problem.
Then 50% of the cinema took that as their toilet break.
Yeah.
I'm going.
Literally, then the cinema rewinded it and played it again. I'm like, wow, I've never seen this in the history of seeing movies. And what a place to see it at a premiere with all the stars there. Like, that's pretty bad. That's pretty bad.
No.
Oh, man. But overall, it was a great night. State Theatre, thank you. There was just a little bit of a hiccup. And I want to watch it without it being cut out or feel like I'm having a seizure for the last hour.
The thing was, when we started seeing the green, red all around, I thought it was like, this film has become a fever dream and you're tripping. You're tripping balls right now.
Which it was fitting for the scene.
Very fitting for where we were.
Yeah.
In the movie.
Yeah.
I'm not saying like State Theatre turned into that, but like it was like I was sitting there, I was like, my eyes are starting to hurt and I'm exhausted.
Literally. I'm like, what, bro? This is glitching and like lagging. I'm like, holy shit, what is happening? And to this day, I think I've kind of realized it's not an artistic decision. But maybe it is, because at the very end, there's a montage. I won't spoil it. There's a montage. Yeah. And they flash red, blue, green. I'm like, okay, maybe it's part of it. Well, if it is, that is the stupidest decision I've ever said. Well, I guess we won't know for a little bit. But
exactly. Until Damien comes out and says it was intentional and unintentional.
I doubt he cut his whole movie off and then rewinded it.
The State Theatre out of here.
Man, that was so embarrassing.
But it added to the experience because then we started cracking jokes to each other and just having a fucking fun time. It was fucking awesome.
It was so fun. But yeah, that kind of took me out of it. But overall, fantastic night, decent movie, which I think I'm expecting to appreciate a bit more on the rewatch. Don't think I could give it anything more than a 3.5, but at the moment it's a 2.75. We'll see if it changes. But man, it was a pleasure to share my first cinema red carpet premiere experience with you.
Thank you. Likewise, sir. Likewise. When your boys scrub up well.
Yes, we did. We got a solid photo as well. We'll give it a cheeky post, I reckon.
100%. Definitely.
But yeah, so that is the wrap up, big wrap up. And
it was a big wrap up.
I reckon we get into your set experience. I mean, we've kind of established already, but I want to run down how you think it went. So this is the dependent variable. It's named the dependent variable because just like in a science experiment, the dependent variable is the variable that changes, and this topic changes every week, and this week it's about your script.
Set.
There you go. Austin, how did it...
Script.
Fuck, what did I say? Script. About your set.
All right, let's get into it.
All right, bro. How was it compared to what you thought it was going to be?
Okay, so I'll start it by... like literally going to bed the night before.
Okay.
I felt like a kid on Christmas.
Yep.
Like I felt like...
Any nerves?
Yeah, 100% there were nerves.
Yeah.
It was like, I don't know what to expect tomorrow. And I think I said it on here before, but like I didn't know what to expect because the thing was so new and foreign that I couldn't actually imagine it happening. And the thing was like, I was like, I'm not going to be able to sleep tonight. Anyway, ended up getting some sleep. And I woke up 45 minutes before my alarm. And then I just went, fuck it, I'm up for the day. And I knew right then and there that this is what I want to do, because it's like if you want to get out of bed to do what you're doing that day, that proves that it is what you want to do. So I was already on a high as soon as we kicked off. And then drove out and I knew I was there early, but I was sitting at Terminus Street in Castle Hill waiting for Fetty and Dufresne to get to the metro to pick them up, bring them to yours.
Yep.
Way too early, but I was like, I don't care. This is cool. But then once Fetty and Dufresne rang me saying we're here, it all hit me. I was like, oh, I forgot I was directing a film today. Oh, this was a nice little break, but fuck, it's getting real. So anyway, went and picked them up, drove to the set, and then like I walked in, granted that everything's been prepped, everybody was there. Well, a couple of people were there and people were staggering in. And I was like, okay, this is actually happening. Like, cameras here. my producer's here. We're
Bear
in
in
his
mind,
house.
we're shooting on a $100,000 camera.
On a $100,000 camera. This is actually happening.
Yeah.
What if what we've planned doesn't work? I instantly start imploding, but on the outside, just calm.
Good man.
Because
Poker face.
that's just me. Then what kind of nearly tipped me over the edge was, Austin, there's no boom pole here. Because guess who had the boom pole?
Who?
Austin.
Ah!
And guess who forgot the boom pole?
Austin.
I knew exactly where it was. It's like that moment in a movie where there's like a key thing that they need and then they go, I don't have it. And then it's like a crash zoom shot to where it is and they can't get it. And so I was like, Beth is already at Castle Towers as well, getting the food. We're fucked. And then Josh here goes, I bought a boom pole a couple of years ago. Here we go.
Never used it. I'm like, this is going to come in handy once. I bought it back in 2016 or 2017. I'm like, I've never used this before in my life. And there you go. What do you know? It worked perfect.
Then Josh saved the day and then sound was sorted.
What a funny thing to just have lying around my house.
Exactly, yeah.
A boom pole.
Right then and there, a problem arose.
Yeah.
We fixed it straight away. I was like, thank God. Then there was the whole skylight situation. In your house, you have two skylights above your kitchen where we were shooting. And we were shooting day for night. So we needed it to look like nighttime. Yeah. And then that problem arose. And then I think Beth came up with the solution to put pillowcases up there.
That's right.
And then the boys got to work, put pillowcases up there. And
it
worked. Then the curtains behind the sink as well worked perfectly.
Worked perfect.
Everything just started falling into place, and I was like, okay.
Beautifully.
But now here comes the challenge: is directing. I was like, okay, it's now time to do it. Like, just back yourself. Things are falling into place. No one's going to judge you. This is a safe space. Let's just do it.
And Austin, I can say you were a natural.
Thank you very much.
I saw you in your element. I'm like, you are a director.
Thank you very much, sir, because I didn't know if I had it. And then
you have it.
As soon as I started, and then I was like, okay, like they're not questioning what I'm saying. Maybe in their head they were, but like they were like, all right, trust Austin, let's give it a go. So then we dived deep into the first scene, and everything just looked amazing. And I was watching it all unfold. I was like, this is actually happening. Like I'm waiting to wake up. Like someone's gonna pinch me. I'm gonna wake up in the Matrix or something. Like this is not happening. Anyway. Called action. We're going. Scene worked perfectly. Cut. Then we're like, let's just go again. Did it again and stuff like that. But then like the next setup was, I think, the reverse flip of that shot. Anyway, It doesn't matter what the shot was. But what actually hit me, and I want to praise Lucas Howard for this because he is such a good AD.
So good that I just signed him on for mine this morning.
Fuck yes. Did you? Mm-hmm. Oh, that makes me happy.
Anyways, we'll get to that.
Yes. Fuck yes. He is such an amazing first AD. First time meeting everybody. He was the...
Mate, champion.
I say this quote unquote, stranger on the set.
And I can attest for this because I've AD'd as well.
Yeah.
It is daunting enough when you know everybody.
Yeah.
You got to be the cunt on the set, right? I say that in quotation marks. He was the most lovely AD I've ever met and efficient.
The thing I said to him before we started, I said, Lucas, I give you full permission to, if I'm babbling on and I'm just talking shit.
Say Babylon?
I knew you were going to say that. If I'm talking shit and I'm wasting time, I give you full permission to slap me and get us back on track. He was like, yeah, sweet, no worries. And then between shots, he's just like, Austin, we got to go now. And then I was like, oh, cool. Here's what we're going to do. Direct it. He kept everything on track the whole time. He kept everything on track, and the set ran that smoothly, and he kept me at bay, and and he even came out with us after. How good is that? Man. Anyway, so there was that, and I praised Lucas for his efforts there. And the thing was, the more the day went on, the more comfortable I got, and the more I say naturally it came to me, but it just felt good. It didn't feel like I was forcing something, and it didn't feel like I was bullshitting my way through. It genuinely felt real, and it felt like I was where I was meant to be.
And brother, you were there, and everything was going so smooth. And I'll tell you something. That was the smoothest set I've ever been on. Nothing went wrong except for the boom pole. Nothing. And I'm like, fucking everything, something goes wrong. I was not waiting for it to happen. I was going around doing a little podcast, so I was happy. But I can attest, because everything ran so smoothly, to our preparation. And you know how much I pride myself in preparing, either when I'm a producer or a director. I feel a lot of that, plays a part when it comes to everything going smoothly. And that was the smoothest set I've been on. Everybody got along so well. Yeah. And that creates a set environment so happy, but yet efficient.
Yep.
And that's what made this set so good so fast. We finished how early?
I think we finished a good 45 half hour early.
I thought we finished that. Yeah, actually, you're right.
Yeah.
Ahead of schedule. Yeah. That's Lucas. And you're a master AD when, you ask, how long have we got? And he's like, don't worry about it.
Yeah. The thing was, people were asking Lucas how long we had left, and he just didn't give the answer.
Good.
But he also, one thing he did, and you probably did it as well when you were ADing. I know nothing about ADing, but there's the shot list that you're trying to get. But then Lucas was just like, I reckon we can get these 4 shots all in this one setup and save the setup times here.
That's the role
and
of an AD.
The thing I was like, yeah, right, let's try it. Let's do it. And we finished ahead of schedule because of that. And the thing was, right, and I'll fully admit this right now, I wasn't across everybody's roles and stuff like that.
You don't need to be.
Don't need to be. And I just said, I just trusted them.
Yeah.
That was the thing. But I'll tell you, the one hurdle that I wasn't ready for was to be the shot caller. The one that makes the final decisions. Yeah. Because let's say for example, you and me co-directed, right?
Yeah.
Or co-produced, co-directed, and they say, oh, Josh and Austin, what do you think? Me personally, I know I'm the type of person to be like, oh yeah, this is this, but Josh, what do you think? This is,
yeah.
And then it'd come to you, and then let's do that. And so when everyone was like, Austin, what do you want? And it literally felt like everybody was like, and I was like, oh shit. Anyway, then I said it, and then they tried it, and then it worked, and I was like, but please put your own spin on it. Whatever we do, put your own spin on it, and we'll see how we go. And that's the thing. Just trusted everybody, and everything just worked.
And it was amazing. How about performance-wise? What did you think of the actors and the actresses?
Oh, amazing. I think to start off, obviously we'll go with the protagonist, Cooper. That man is amazing. What nearly made me tear up on the day was when he said, Austin, can I just have 5 minutes to sort of get in the zone? And I was like, yeah, sweet, go for it. And he went and was in James's room. And then he came out and he was like, oh yeah, I was just listening to the playlist that I created for Chris. I was like, what? That nearly, I was like, bro, what? Are you serious? So then he just got in the mood. And the thing is, he's such a good kid that he just switched from goofing around, being playful,
from Cooper to Chris.
And then there wasn't, he was not shy in front of the camera. He didn't care that people were watching him perform. I was like, that takes skill, and he's got it in spades.
Man.
And then it made it so much better that his actual sister was playing his sister. So Daisy, fantastic. You were amazing as well.
She's so talented as well.
I loved it that was I wanted to create a sibling rivalry, and I hope it comes out, and I know it will, based off the sibling rivalry we created. And their on-screen thing together is just Tracy, correct me if I'm wrong. If that was them growing up, that's what I wanted to.
Can I just say something? That whole family is super talented.
Oh,
even
100%,
Tracy,
yeah,
super mum.
Yeah,
but those kids are gonna grow up to be so special.
Yeah,
and they already are. But
definitely,
they're both of them, and I would love to see Daisy leading a film. I don't know if she has or not, but I'd love to watch it because she's super talented as well.
Definitely.
That whole family is talented.
Yep.
I think the surprise of the day was Josh Leake.
That's what I was going to say. 100%. I didn't know Josh Leake, and I knew he was just a friend of Cooper, and they'd been in stuff before, so I knew that their chemistry was going to be good. But this man came out of the gates. He came out of the gates, and he was hilarious. the way that he did stuff on camera.
Yeah.
And he just what he said to me at the start of the day, he goes, "Oh, Austin, can we have fun with this?" I was like, "Of course, bro. Like, do what you want to do. Like, I'm not going to make you a robot. You do you."
That's good, man.
And then what he did was hilarious.
So
I can't wait to show you all. Like, there were times when I was actually on set going, "Cooper, you all right?" Like, Chris is going through it. Like, "Cooper, are you all right?" And then there's obviously what we created with the actors that have had camera experience before. And then there was your lovely mum.
Oh, yes.
Simone did amazing. And the thing is that I was nervous to direct and she was nervous to be in front of camera. But then I was also nervous to direct her because, one, we're in her house.
There's so many people around as well.
There's so many
she's
people
not an actress.
that are in your guys'
room.
house because of the film. I'm like, yeah, thanks for letting us use your house. And then she had to act as well. And she did amazing.
Yeah.
To the point where we did the scene. Then when I yelled cut, Josh then goes, "Was that a one take?"
That's right.
And the thing was, Simone was basically driving the scene as well. So
She was.
And that's the thing. And then we got it and I was like, "That was a one take." Yeah, everyone started cheering. Then we kind of moved on, but then we needed to do a pickup from that thing. But it had nothing to do with Simone's performance or anything like that. It was just a pickup from that point.
Yeah.
And the thing was, she just nailed it. Like, and then the thing is I could tell that she was a bit flustered at one point because she was like, "I'm sorry, I forgot the lines."
Yeah.
All good. Reset. Let's go again. Just take your time with it. Say whatever comes to your mind. You don't need to repeat the lines word for word. You just have to say whatever makes sense.
It's so daunting, though. I can imagine. Just for any actor or actress, like being in front of that many people, like all eyes on you.
100%.
If you fuck up, we're resetting because of you.
Exactly.
Like,
and the thing was, and what added to it is that you had Josh Leake's mum, Kate, Tracy, Beth, all to the side. And then when Simone walks off screen, she went to there, and I could see in the corner of my eye, they're going, "You got it, you got it, you got it." And I was like, "That's good that she's got that little network, you know." Yeah. And so that just added everything special to me. And then, like, the thing was, I remember we shot the film in reverse. We shot the kitchen scene first, then the dinner table, then Chris's bedroom. And in the film, it goes Chris's bedroom, dinner table, kitchen, animation, back to kitchen. And so when we shot it in reverse, I was kind of like, I'm so used to the script being in order that now we're shooting out of it. I'm like, what actually happens in this film again? But then I remember when we were shooting the dinner table scene, the bedroom was set up. And they're like, "Oh, Austin, do you want to see it?" I said, "I don't want to see it until this scene is done." Yeah. Because I know that that's going to look
Shout out
cool.
to our production designers and set
Lauren Griffiths, you are a wizard.
They both smashed it and like had the sets prepared way in advance.
And I just want to say as well, I remember we shot in the kitchen and then we went to the dinner table and then in between takes when we were setting up, I went back into the kitchen, spotless.
Amazing.
Spotless. It was like we weren't even there.
I know.
And then the dinner table as well, like we weren't even there. Then James's room, like we weren't even there. Like everybody was so efficient, and this comes down to the production designers as well. They were just so proficient with setting up, packing down. Each setup, it was magical to see. And that's a testament to everybody on set as well.
Everybody smashed it.
Everybody smashed it. Everybody loved it.
Yeah.
And
we went out for dinner after.
We went out for dinner after and it was great.
It was insane. And Austin, for your first set, I can tell you right now, it's never going to be as smooth as that ever again. But bro, you smashed it.
Thank you, sir.
Any final words on the set day before we crack on to what's next?
It was perfect.
Perfect.
Everybody that was a part of it made a man's dream come true.
There you go. And
it's, what's the saying? It's a start of a beautiful friendship or beautiful relationship from Casablanca. You know that last line that's gone down in history as one of the greatest lines in cinema? Correct me on that. Please. It's the start of a beautiful friendship or relationship, one of those two. But everybody that I had on set, we are going to continue to work together in future projects and stuff like that.
It's the start of a beautiful, it's the beginning of a beautiful friendship.
Beginning of a beautiful friendship.
Yeah.
There we go. So that's, the set was magical.
Yeah. And
like they say in Babylon, it's the most magical place in the world.
There you go. And man, I think the whole crew are now going to stick together, and it's so important to have those connections. And
that was one of the major things, was bringing everybody back.
Yeah.
And the new connections that were made and the previous connections rekindled, best thing by far.
Insane. Austin, congratulations, my friend. I think now we go to the final segment of this show and try and wrap it up soon because I don't know when the next person's coming. But can you tell me what are the plans now?
Animation, baby.
Animation. And who are we allowed to say who we might have helping us or not? Because it's not really confirmed.
What do you mean?
In terms of, what
team wise?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe don't. Just in case it's not confirmed.
All right.
But we have locked in an animator who has come through with some beautiful looking storyboards and a little call out today with Aaron Lim.
Mm-hmm. How was that?
It was very good. We went over like the animation process as a whole and he said like, Austin, you're on the right track.
Yep.
I'm keen to help out. I'm on board. Like, so I got verbal confirmation from him as well. It was all like he wants to be a part of the process and he wants this to be the best it could possibly be and help out where he can.
Yep.
And that I appreciate more than anything. Like that a friend from school is coming on, I say a former school mate is coming on in the real world. We're now adults and he wants to help out. So it was great. We were close in school. We're rekindling that. It's great.
Would you like me to, I have the post-work flow up. Would you like me to read it?
For it, yes.
So this is the plan. So I went over to Austin's last week, 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago, and we planned out the whole of 2023. And this is how your film is looking for the rest of the year. So January, you're establishing contact with all heads of departments, making sure everybody's back in the zone to work together. You're having a rough cut session with Lockie.
Very soon, yes.
Soon to cut the film. We already have an assembly cut.
Yep.
You guys are going to deep dive into a rough cut soon. You need to revise and complete storyboards with Teague.
Yep.
For the animation.
Yep.
Then... I'm not going to say it. Just who we might be working with. Anyways, you got to figure out a date for choreography, and then in February you're going to start the choreography of the fight scene and the animation to then use as reference to give to the animators so they can animate the fight.
Definitely.
Then you're having there's a bunch of calls, a lot of editing sessions to be had as well, and March hopefully will then kick off the animation.
Yep.
We'll start to color grade the real life stuff, and we have all the real life stuff in preparation for things to start happening, for a little reference for the animator and stuff, like what's Cooper wearing and stuff. Anyways, April, animation goes from March all the way down to October.
Right.
So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 months of animation approximately, right? And then it's basically within those months that the animation is happening, you can get cracking on your next one or whatever.
Definitely.
And then composing and sound design start in October and finish in November. Sound mix starts in November, finishes in December, and maybe a premiere at the end of December or January.
Yeah.
But we still have to also as well do voiceovers and stuff like that in this room.
Definitely.
So there's a lot to do, and that's what 2023 is looking like, especially the start. You're going to be super busy, and you got to try your best to just get all this shit done.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
keep on top of it. Like figure out that date of the choreographer. Get that choreography done.
Yep.
Go from there.
100%. It's very exciting.
Yeah.
Calls have been had, contact has been established, and we are. The train's like slowly leaving the station, when train starts, like
you're on, my friend. You're on.
Slowly rolling out. So it's going to be a big year. It's going to be a big year for this. So.
On top of that, we also have signed on to produce Dan Kogola's next film. We're co-producing that.
Yes, sir.
And I'm going to hold Fetty to this year.
Yes, sir.
Because this man needs to get his script written.
Definitely does.
That's, I think, will be in the later end of the year.
Yep.
We have mine, and then we have yours. So we're working on 4.
And then in between, hopefully there's some little projects here and there that are in
of
the very early stages of pre-production.
Yeah.
But
there
might be future episodes. So see how we go.
There you go.
But that's me.
Oh, man.
I'm keen to hear about you.
Fuck, well, there's been a lot that's happened.
Please tell me.
I can't even remember. I've done so much all throughout December. I said I was going to take it off, and I did. And then, by the time January came around, I'm like, fuck, I'm ready to go. So since then, what have I done? So I can't even remember what was the last thing I said. I finished the script. I mean, I don't know. It's now on draft 9.
Damn.
Maybe 10 coming up. So what we're doing, what I've done, I have completely storyboarded the whole entire film. Worked with my little figurines and videoed all these different shots that I'm going to be doing. What else have I done? That took like a whole week, man. Lined up the script completely. I've had multiple calls with my cinematographer, James Coy, who's living over in China and is a full-fledged member of the Australian Society of Cinematographers.
Very nice.
ASC. Yeah, ASC. Something like that. But yeah, we're on board and we've talked through everything and how we think we're going to do it. There's been budget breakdowns. We're reassessing budgets and stuff like that. And we're looking at, actually, never mind. I will tell you off screen what we're looking at. But I think I'm comfortable and confident that we'll get this budget one way or another. And I've started casting today. And I've locked one of the main characters. Well, I mean, I say I've locked it off. He said he's interested and he's going to read for me like a test screening.
Yeah.
Gavin from Two's the Lesson.
Very nice. You brought that up.
Yeah, so I'm not too sure which lead he's going to get, but he's going to get one of them.
Nice.
I've also hired Mr. Will Tawney.
Oh, of course you have.
As one of the characters who's kind of the comedic relief. He's a drunk at the party. And Will
I'm
said
so keen
Will
to
said
see Will.
he's in straight away. He's like, don't even need to brief me. I'm in.
Good man.
I'm yet to respond to him actually, and Gavin for that matter. So he's in there as well. I have locked in my whole boys group, different roles in the film already.
Very nice.
And the girlfriends are locked in for different films as well. I've locked in some of the extras.
Different parts.
Yep. I've locked in first AD, Lucas.
Nice. That's so cool.
Yeah.
God, yes.
Who else? I have like ideas of who's going to be in the cast and stuff. Who's going to be in the crew, and what roles they're going to play. But that's, I think I'm going to figure that out after we finish everything. What else have I done? I basically locked in locations without actually locking them in. In my head, I've locked them in. And that's going to be done all of February. We're going to do location recce's, lock in some locations. I came up with the whole schedule of what we're looking like. I actually don't have it on here, but off memory, next month I'll be creating the crowdfunding video.
Nice.
I'll be casting and doing location recce's. Then in March, I will be funding. So that's month 1 of funding.
Mm-hmm.
Locations locked in, crew locked in, cast locked in. April, funding month 2, rehearsals month 1, April, May, rehearsals month 2, and then June, we're filming, first week of June. I think that's basically the rough idea of how the schedule is looking at the moment. But
nice, man.
I've gone through today. Me and James went through scene 1, scene 2, scene 3, and scene 1, 2, and 3. And then next week we're going through scene 4, 5, and 6. I think we have a total of something like 87 shots for the whole film.
Nice.
We're planning to hopefully do it in 4 days. It's going to be tight. But James, the good thing about James is he thinks about this in terms of budget.
Yeah.
And he's like, every decision he makes is like, how can we do this cheaper? And he's like, even if we have to go to Bunnings and fucking buy lights, right? Yeah. So what we're planning to do is we're planning to shoot this, not revealing the title, but we're planning on shooting the desert scene one day, which is upwards of like, I don't know, like 24 shots or something like that. So that's scene 1 and scene 6 one day. Then we'll film scene 2, 3, and 5 all in one day if we can, and then film 4 for 2 days.
Nice.
So that's it's gonna be long days, but I'm gonna be so prepared that
100%.
everything will go swimmingly.
Definitely.
And then with James. So the next call me and James have, we'll be going over the rest of the script and just like running him through what I've done. The call after that, we'll be going through. I actually wrote this down today. Hold on, let me find it. The call after that, we will be going through. So, okay. Next call, which is next week, we'll be going through the rest of the script. The call after that, we'll be putting it into a shot list.
Yep.
The call after that, we'll be doing mud maps. The call after that, we'll be lining the script, and he will also finalize crew, like who he needs. And then the call after that, we'll be going through equipment. So we've sorted everything. He's over in China in the moment, but we're making it work.
Nice.
That's the main thing. I've asked Maddie for a breakdown of makeup, like how much it's going to cost and stuff. She's yet to get back to me, but she said she was going to, which is good. When Lexi comes back, which is the end of this month, actually on Friday, then we're going to rework the budget. I don't know if I've told you this. I'm going to a Flickerfest red carpet thing where they screen all the winning films, and it's a big networking event. Lexi invited me. She's like, I got an extra ticket. Do you want to come with me? I'm like, yeah, fucking nice.
Nice. That's
so
awesome. I
got to dress up for that again. But it's a big networking opportunity, I think it is. But we're going to use that whole day to go over the script, plan things and that. And another thing I want to check with you.
Check, please.
Is there anything in particular you want to do? I know we've talked about this on my film. Right now I have you as the producer's assist.
Yeah.
Right? You let me know what else, if there's anything else you would like to do. Because at the moment, these are the people I have in mind. These people don't know they're in the script at the moment. I want to bring back Hattie, Dan, Lockie, and even Teague, if I can. For Teague, maybe as gaff or grip to help set up everything because he knows. Lawsy for, gaff.
Yep.
Dan, second AC, Hattie, first AC, and James, DOP. Then I have you as producer's assist at the moment. I have Lexi as producer. I have my friend from work, Georgie, who wants to be my PA. And for the day, she's like, yeah. She was like, I can make everyone coffees or whatever, etc. I'm like, fucking nice, let's do it. And she's like one of my best mates in the world. So it will be cool to have that kind of like support on set as well. And yeah, I don't know. She said she's down to come each day, which I don't really understand, but good on her. Maddie for makeup. I'm going to get Fetty to boom up. Lucas to first AD. I'm going to get Jay to do BTS.
Nice.
I'm going to get him to do BTS because I want him to go around and interview people. I want him to take photos and stuff like that. Oh, wait, no. Yeah, because I want Lockie on set.
I was going to suggest maybe Jay to do BTS videoing
and then Lockie is... That's what in my head I had it as. But I need somebody to wrangle as well. I think I might get Dan to wrangle.
He's a star at that.
Yeah. Yes. And then I have Federico Ricci, my composer. James is color grading. Then I have some names for actors and stuff like that. So,
very nice.
Yeah, man, it's going to be good. Yeah, we have a lot to do, and it's very busy. I'm busy every single week, every single day that I have off. So, it's exciting, man.
But let's just really quickly, where this podcast started versus where we are now.
Yeah, man.
In terms of like busy schedules.
Yeah.
If you just get out there and go for it, these opportunities come.
100%.
And that's what we've done in spades.
Yeah.
Like thinking of right now, I just had this moment right now, thinking like how much we've done with my film and how much is coming for your film.
Yeah.
We were not in this space a year ago.
Way, man.
So
we were in a dump. We're like, how the fuck do we get out of this?
We've created this for ourselves.
We have, man.
Oh, it's
and
beautiful.
There was a quote that I heard recently. It's like, it was by Ryan Johnson. I think you've heard me say this over and over again. But, he's like, someone asked him, like, what's the best piece of advice you can give? And he's like, you just got to make stuff. And I know it sounds simple, but, he was also talking about how people spend so much time trying to seek out the industry when really, don't worry about seeking out the industry. You make, you will attract the industry to you.
100%.
So don't seek out the industry, attract it.
Oh, 100%.
So we have a lot to get through in the next year, but it's going to be very, very exciting.
Very, very exciting.
And yeah, the emails and stuff, like people have been submitting. I released the casting call at like 1:30 and I've got so much fucking people that have applied already.
Well, that's good. It's very good.
Yeah. So I don't know what to think.
Yes. Very good.
I'm trying to think if there's anything else. So I think that's me sorted. What else have I done?
It's going to be a very exciting year for you, sir.
Yeah, I don't even know what else. I don't know. I've been saving.
Yeah, there we go.
It's going to be fucking expensive. And yeah.
Too good.
That's it, man. I think that's all I have. How about you?
No, I think that's it. That's all I have.
What should we do?
I think we should tie a little bow on this episode.
Yeah, we should. Guys, don't forget to subscribe on YouTube. Follow us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you get your podcasts. Follow us on Instagram at the Pre-Prod Pod, TikTok the Pre-Prod Pod. And we do have lots of episodes coming up and a lot of special guests that are coming to appear. A lot of special episodes, like themed episodes that we have coming up as well. So keep an eye out for that. And Austin, it's good to be back.
It is very good to be back. And one point I was trying to make before is whatever thing you're putting off because you don't believe in yourself, just try it out and see what comes of it.
Yes.
You will surprise yourself.
Man, it's good to be back and
definitely
listen to Austin. And can I say, this is the only pre-production podcast that matters. So you know who you are. Jesus. That is creating another podcast under our name. I know we don't have that much viewers and I know you have millions of subscribers, but man, we have a small knit community that will come in spades to your house with pitchforks and fire. You have us to contend with.
On that note,
we're
out of here.
We'll see you later.
Peace.
Bye.